Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel again. This is Sim and Stitches. Alright, on today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to make a casing for your boning. So when you are making your corset, you would want to add boning. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make a casing for boning. There are three methods of adding a boning, and there are three types of boning that we have for corsets. But today's tutorial is going to focus on how to add the boning casing, how to make the casing, and how to add the boning to the casing. Just as you have seen in that picture, I'm going to be making a casing similar to that. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to cut your piece of fabric that you're going to be using for the casing. Okay, so a boning casing I'm using is the red line boning, which is sewable, so it passes through the sewing machine. It's about half an inch wide, so we are going to be making a casing of 1.5 inches. So we are cutting 1.5 inches fabric. As you can see, the length of the fabric depends on the length of the top you are making, or whatever distance you want it to be. And also I just marked my 1.5 inches and I connected it together and I cut it out. So I cut like 4 of it to fit into the spaces that I'm going to be having. I have one at the center, one at the dart line, and one at the sides. I think it's like 6 that I did. All right, just to give your corset good structure, that way. So after that, you fold your 1.5 inch fabric that you have cut. So you fold it into two like that, wrong side. Like you make the right side to be facing each other, so you have the wrong side facing you. So it is this wrong side that you take to your sewing machine and you are going to stitch it. So by the time you are done stitching, it will give you something like this. As you can see it there, you have it. After stitching, you turn it. So you turn it after going to the sewing machine, you sew it, and then you turn it over. So when you turn it, you have the sewn one, which is this. So it is inside of this that we are going to be passing our boning to give us what we want. So the next thing you want to do now is to cut out your boning itself. So you take your fabric, the top you are making, and take the measurement of the length that you want the boning to be. So while you are taking the measurement, make sure that you leave allowance for sewing, like half an inch allowance to join it together. So whatever length you are using, ensure that you have left half inch for sewing allowance. At the same time, at the bottom part of your top, make sure that you leave allowance for sewing, half inch or 1 inch, depending on whatever allowance you have used. So that is it there. I have like 11 or 12 inches for the length that I want to use, and then I cut out this length. Now what I did to secure the edges, I sharpened it out and I used my matches to secure the end line. So you could either use a matches to secure it, or you use your file to file it off, or rather you use a paper tape to seal it up, so that it won't poke the person that is wearing, and it won't cause hazard. This thing can be dangerous actually if not well done. So we've had cases of people that got injured, that the boning was piercing into their skin and caused a kind of cotton. So you don't want that to happen, and then you go ahead and sharpen it out and you seal it up with the matches or fire, whatever you're using, or rather you use your paper tape to secure the edges, just to ensure that they are smooth, both edges this time around, at the top and at the bottom. All right, so the next thing you just do is to insert this boning inside the casing that we have constructed. So after I cut out this boning, I went ahead to iron it to give me that straight firm line, because it comes in circles. It's usually rolled, so for you to have it well straightened, you can just iron it, and then you insert it into the casing that you have created. You remember our casing that we just did? So you just push it in like that. Very easy to do. So you pass it into that casing, and then you are almost done with constructing the casing and attaching it to your top. right, so the next thing you want to do now is to place this that you have done, place it on that line that you marked, and then you secure the edges by holding with a pin at the top and at the bottom. Then you take it to your sewing machine and carefully stitch the sides. You stitch it at the right side like you top stitch it on the main fabric. So you stitch at the right side and at the left side. So while you are stitching, you are running a straight stitch. You have to be careful and ensure that your lines are straight. Ensure that your lines are straight and they are neat. This is where your professionalism will be tested, because if it is rough, you won't even like the results. So you carefully place it step by step, and you carefully, slowly, gently, well, if it depends on how good you have with speed, but if you are not good with speed, you can just do it gently. No one is rushing you. Take your time and ensure that your stitches are neat. That neatness is the core of this area. You have to ensure that they are neat and your hand is straight. So you go on and place it like that. Do it for all the other sides that you need to do it for, and then you are done with securing your stitch on boning casing. So this is just easy to do. I want you to watch carefully as I do this video, although it's on fast mode, but you don't have to be fast. Of course, you have to just be careful with it and ensure that your stitches are neat. All right, so while you are done, when you are done with that, go ahead and take it to your ironing board and iron it out, making sure that your stitches are well secured and they are neat. So ironing also straightens out rough lines and gives you that, that neat tailoring look when it is well tailored. So that is what ironing does. And with that, we have come to the end of this tutorial. We can see that it is very simple and easy to do. It's very neat, and it makes your work to come out nice and classy. This is just one method of adding casing to your corset, or of adding boning to your corset. I told you there are 3 methods. In other classes, we're going to be talking about the other methods. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Kindly like this video, share. Please leave a comment, ask questions. I'll be glad to give you an answer, and subscribe to my channel. At this point, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell so that by the time I post another video, you'll receive a notification. Thank you guys for staying tuned. I'll see you in my next video.